Welcome to Adult Play Therapy. I'm your host, the original John 20.
It's Jerry P.
All right, and today we have a new guest. Check this out. This is gonna blow you guys' mind. This guest right here is my son. All right, it's my firstborn, Lawrence Carrington, the king of sight. Y'all check him out. I've been doing entertainment for a little while. I guess he watched his dad and he got into it too. So he's got a lot of projects and a lot of things popping off himself. Very talented. Well, of course, you know where he got it from, y'all.
Sure.
So, hey, it was welcome. I'm going to let him say hello and tell you who he is.
Yo, this is Lawrence. You can actually catch me on Instagram at Jacory, the creator and director of Lifehouse Music Series and soon to release short film 3 a.m. So definitely check me out on social media.
All right. So now, while we open it up, we want to say what we always say. Thanks to Hooters. This is our sponsor. We get to record here every Thursday in the beautiful Cedar Hill, Texas. Hooters here. So, hey, appreciate you, Hooters, for letting us use your patio to record our show.
For sure. And if y'all gonna stop by and get some wings, make sure you get a drink with it. And right now we're trying to get our next sponsor, Oak Cliff Bourbon Whiskey. Trying to do it big, man. Trying to keep everything Texas. So Oak Cliff, mess with us, man. We're gonna be hitting you up. Make sure you hit us up, and we start this little business relationship we got going on.
Right on. All right. So now, without further ado, let's get into the show.
Let's do it.
I got a good one. Now, I call this ensemble panel together for you guys because we know that right now in the dating world, the dating situation is kind of strenuous and there's things that's going on. Well, I want to talk about the marriage life right now, okay? And everyone has conversations about marriage life. Well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to start with the never been married but engaged, still out there single and dating. All right, ladies, remember that. Hit in the DM. Then we got the newlywed, my son here, newlywed, and child. My grandbaby is amazing. He's hitting his first year mark real soon. Mm-hmm. And then we got the over the mark guy here, 6 years in. You dig what I'm saying? And still going. So now we're going to answer those questions that you guys won't answer, the ones that you guys have been trying to find the answers to.
Oh, yeah.
There's no perfect marriages. I'm sorry, we're trying to find a panel with some issues in the marriage. Unfortunately, I'm the one with the issues. These guys here got it worked out. So they're going to help you keep your things together. You dig what I'm saying?
Man. Because
I got a beautiful, magnificent daughter-in-law. Mm-hmm. So now they finna help y'all get y'all life together. You dig? So, let's jump this thing off. I'm gonna jump right into it.
Okay.
I know when you guys were single, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I really don't know my son too much because he keeps things under the low, but under the grounds. But with myself, regularly getting it in with the ladies, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Pulling the numbers. I know he was getting them numbers, so I know he was getting them numbers. Yeah, my son was straight Heisman. I told him when he was young, I said, this right here is going to give you all your problems. Nothing else. So I'm like, when you before you was married, you know what I'm saying? The sex life or the attention life was really hot. And I know they say when you get married, and this is the number one question, when you get married, did that die for you? Or most people say once the ring on the finger, it opens the floodgates for women. It's like they just own you. How do y'all respond to that?
Man, that's interesting. You want to take this?
I'll let you go first.
Okay, I'll go first. Well, for me, of course, when we were first dating and everything, sex was pretty regular. You know what I'm saying? Because, you're still kind of getting to know each other. Y'all kind of mesh really good. So the sex life is a huge part of it. You know what I'm saying? But I would say even after the kids, even after 5 years of marriage, 6 years of marriage, it really hadn't diminished that much. Okay. So we're still pretty active. We still, it's still, pretty regular.
But when it goes from like every day, do you have to like put in a schedule and be like, well, we're gonna sneak it in maybe 5 days a week now?
The
spontaneity is still there.
Yeah, some spontaneity is still there, and scheduling is important.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You might have to send the kids off. You might have to, kind of make time for it. So I guess it's more about making time for it, and just kind of the spontaneity. The spontaneity is definitely there. But, good 3-4 times a week, that's not bad.
Right.
And
busy work life and everything kind of plays a part.
Busy work life, little kids too. Yeah. So, that's a part of it. And, I guess just maintaining that, the love making intimacy part of it, because it's not just, it can be instantaneous, but most of the times it's like the love making part of it is the all day thing. So it's the the flirt and the flirty text messages, the kind of setting it up for later on, so you already know what time it is.
Right.
So I think it's important. The communication part of it plays a big factor. Nobody can really read your mind, so I would just say communicating that part. Letting people know where you're at mentally, so we can kind of meet you there. Surprises. Even if it's just like a little, hey, a little coupon book with, hey, I'm gonna run you a bath tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you a massage tonight. So it's just certain things like that that's just fun. Regardless of if you're newlywed, not married, that kind of stuff is. It'll add a spark to any relationship. So, it's still healthy, and it's as healthy as you make it. It's as healthy as you want it to be. So if you just kind of lazy and just like want to, all right, I'll turn over, I'll bend over, I'll do this, I'll lean to the side, and that kind of shit, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work.
I agree with that 100%. Honestly, it's definitely effort on both ends. Newlyweds, obviously very active. Having a kid does, make it a little bit difficult at times, especially with me having a 1-year-old. But being as, communication is very important. That's the main thing. One thing that we know is, we feel like we all both have needs that need to be met, and we make sure to make that very clear to each other and set those schedules. And as you say, be very flirty.
Set them
schedules.
You
gotta set them schedules.
So you tell me as soon as my little man closes his eyes, I'm like, shit, we got about 20 minutes. We got to get that.
Sometimes his eyes ain't gotta be all the way closed, man.
You got the blankets, the monitors, you just gotta, do the best you can. At the end of the day, as I said, communication is definitely key. So as long as you utilize those things, you're good.
Yeah. Man, it's crazy because, being single, I'm sitting there like, man, I can get in 24 hours if I want to. My kids being older, he being the oldest, my youngest at 10 and grown. Like, man, I can just step outside and just get in the backseat of the car. But it's like, it doesn't happen like that for me, So I guess that's the reason why I was asking, because like now, it's like when you start prioritizing responsibilities, and I mean, as a single man, prioritizing responsibilities, man, if I get it once every day in a week, that's doing really good. I got to the point, or I get to the point where it's like, where I used to be 3-4 times a day, different women a day, I'm like, I got stuff to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I get a text, man, I'll be like, man, she ain't talking about nothing. I'll catch you tomorrow. I got something going on. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I guess I can say, and I'll say it on camera, I'm jealous. I'm to the point where it's like, damn, my son got the perfect avenue. But, I wanted to raise him so that he knew what love was. And don't look at what I got popping off. You know what I'm saying? There's still love out there to find your own love. So I do find myself envious, like, damn, he got it going on. So, like, I'm happy for him. So, like, right now, I want to get married. Like, ladies, I'm looking for the right woman so I can go on and have my peace too. You feel me? So it's like, and I guess it's not a jealousy envy. It's more of I see it's popping, I see it's working. I know it can work in my world. You dig what I'm saying?
How you think that'll you'll translate to that kind of lifestyle though? Like if you had to go from from active lifestyle to maybe like 2 times a week.
Well, I'm gonna take it like this. To be honest with you, for starters, hell, I'm not as active I used to be at all. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I'm good. Like I said, with with having still the younger kids getting out of high school, junior high and high school, I'm more focused on watching them grow. I done got to the point where I'm a cheerleader, man. Like I tell you, he's probably tired of me. Because I want to have the show, but he's tired of me because when I call him, I'm always like, man, I'm proud of you. Like, you're doing good, I'm proud of you.
Man.
And I know he probably like, you already told me that like yesterday. But it's just the concept.
It's important to hear though.
Yeah. And I try to do my job the best way I can for them now. So don't get me wrong, when I do find you, when I'm looking for you, and I am looking for you out there, we ain't gonna be able to do 2 times a week. I'm telling you right now, if that's where your mindset is, I'm the wrong guy for you.
That ain't it. What I find also is that, with life, as that journey goes on, you got the babies and stuff like that, and you get, just get a little older, things start to happen, but I think the reassurance, it just reminding her how sexy she is. That kind of stuff is important. Because when you're single and shit like that, you ain't got no kids, stuff like that. I mean, it's only natural that you're at your tip-top shape, you know what I'm saying? But once you start having kids and you get a couple stretch marks and, you don't feel the same way you used to.
Get that fluke, whatever y'all call it.
But that's important, though, because not all of the women don't always feel as sexy as they look.
Absolutely.
So they need that reassurance, and I'm learning that right now. But just you do a little reassuring, and reminding them how beautiful they are, how sexy they are, and once they get to know that, the way that you view them, that's half the battle right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think definitely the love language thing is very important as well. Definitely, some women definitely get turned on by the reassurance and stuff like that, and some are by action.
Acts of service, yeah.
Yeah. So right. I know, being married and stuff like that, having a kid and, having a house that just gets torn up every day because of your little one, cleaning the dishes and, folding clothes and stuff like that, those things actually go a long way as well. Cooking, absolutely. So it's like when you really take those things into consideration, if a man is trying to, have that moment with his wife, try figuring out what it is that she loves, what her love language is, and then act upon that. Being spontaneous with flowers and things like that. Those are things that kind of spark that energy and makes her want to put in that effort for, that intimate moment. So,
see, he gets all that from me.
Hey, man, you learn well, man.
It's different though when you're single too, because hell, I know I do a lot of work. I told him all the time, I said, man, I put so much more attention into like my kids' moms and into my dates and stuff like that. I don't leave my kids out, but it's like I try to put 100% in everything I do. I'm not trying to have 5 or 6 females, on the roster no more.
Yeah, man.
Because that's way too much work.
That's exhausting, man.
Especially in today's society. I can't buy a Birkin for 5, 6 women.
All of them want to eat.
Everybody
want to eat.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not to the point. I'm like, man, hey, I just need 1 or 2 to see who she is, and then you just find that number 1 and then just rock with that one, But like I tell you, it's a different society. And then the age groups, me being mid 40s and then mid 30s and then, mid 20s, it's like we get to see the difference in each avenue. So women, you can see that there are men out there in all age groups that are willing to put in the work to give you the satisfaction, to love you, to care for you, to take the time to love and to learn your love languages. I mean, you just got to look in the right places.
So what would your ideal woman look like? Your ideal wife look like? I just want to know. Because we need to know. Maybe we need to, to cast a few ladies to come in here.
Y'all gonna do a dating series on me on the Don't Play Baby?
That might be
that'd be great.
He said that'd be great. My son, he's doing it.
That'd be interesting.
Now he likes that.
What is an ideal woman for you look like?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you like this. I like a beautiful woman. And what I mean by a beautiful woman, I wanted to keep up her outside appearance, but I also wanted to focus on her inside appearance. You know what I'm saying? I find myself as a very positive individual, and I see myself as a very compromising man. So as a compromising man, I need a woman who's going to meet me halfway. I find myself compromising with the women, and they get comfortable because like, oh man, I get to have my way with this man, and I get bored with you because I'm a Gemini as well, and they sound crazy. No, I'm not crazy. We got layers.
Just the other side.
We love, and we got things in us that, you know what I'm saying, that needs to be tended to as well. I need a woman who realizes that I have feelings.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So before we get to like, she got to be fine, she got to be thick, she got to be this, that. These are the details, the attributes that she has to have within her.
On the inside, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I need a woman who's also particular about her man. You know what I'm saying? Get a little jealous. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
don't go crazy, but get a little jealous. Like when you go shopping, remember, you know what I'm saying? I need to buy my man something. You know what I'm saying? I'm so used to giving a woman, hey, you need $500 here, what you got to buy? Well, I'm trying to go find me a dress. Okay, they go find you something, come back. You know what I'm saying? Where's my change at? They got no change. Dress ain't cost but $100. Shoes cost you maybe another $100. I'm like, you done got everything on discount. You done put the rest of the money in your pocket.
Got to bring the change.
Right, but it's more of a test though too, because it's like even if you don't have change, if you spent the whole $500, it's like, did you take the time to say, well, I'm getting this dress, so let me get him a matching shirt or something because I want him to be able to match my outfit. Like that's what I be looking for. Think outside the box. Think towards me.
It's a thoughtful lady.
Right.
Okay.
And then let's go to this point. I don't want a woman that I have to always give $500 to get a shit for. You know what I'm saying? Be able to have your own so you can go get your own. Because I want you to be able to bring something to the table so we can build together. You see, I'm doing something and I enjoy what I'm doing, especially more so now because I had put it off for so many years. I need someone who's bringing something to the table. Now, after we get to all that loving attributes, have some Christianity, believing in something, a higher power, believing in Jesus Christ, because at the end of the day, I want to pray, and I want to be able to pray with you and be able to support us spiritually, you know what I'm saying? Also, we got the emotional aspects, we got the spiritual aspects. Now let's get to the physical aspects. You get what I'm saying? I want a woman who's going to be physically in shape, because don't get me wrong, I don't want to be a fat guy. I've gotten thick before in my years, but I'm the type of dude, I'll get up and I'm like, yo, let's go run. You know what I'm saying? Let's do some push-ups, some sit-ups, let's go hit the weights. I want a woman that can, you know what I'm saying, keep up
with you.
You know what I'm saying? Let's do a co-ed softball. You know what I'm saying? I like the sports and stuff. Like, I like things that's going to keep us active because at the end of the day, I want to live to be 100 if possible. You see what I'm saying? So I kind of want to keep up. You know, my son will tell you I'm very competitive. So it's like, I'm still out here like, yo, y'all want to get out here on this track? I'm still out running. You know what I'm saying? Y'all my kids, but I still got the juice. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would love to have a competitive female.
Okay.
But then even with the age, you know, I really don't care about age much, but I've noticed I date a lot of younger women. So younger woman, she's cool, but she got to have it together.
From what to what? What you looking to play?
Man, listen.
What's the cutoff?
20 years has been it for me, from my age. 20 years younger.
Okay.
But now my son, being like I said, you know, over the 28, I told him, I said, man, it'll be a bad look for you to have a 28-year-old stepmom. And he's like, I ain't gonna call her mom. I'm like, I don't expect you to. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, you know, hey.
Yeah, that's Keisha.
Yeah, well, yeah, right. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like how young your dad is, like just kind of expect the fact that she's gonna have to be a woman that's gonna be able to keep up.
Yeah.
So if she is in her mid-40s, be able to keep up, keep it good, looking good. Cause like I'm in my mid-40s and no one can tell. The only thing giving away is I got a few gray whiskers in my beard. You dig what I'm saying? So that's my ideal woman. Physically, you know what I'm saying? Good, having a good, clean, the attributes on the inside, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, and a love for Christ. And then, you know, of course with the physical, you got to have good stamina. You got to have a sexuality, man.
There you
be
go.
Sexy, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? Run me a bath, because I'm down sure going to run you bath and cook and all that. Like, be sexy. Be ready to get it popping. Because when I'm sick, I want to get it popping. When I'm tired, I want to get it popping. If I got a headache, the only thing I know that can cure that headache is releasing that blood flow. I want to get it popping. You know what I'm saying? So like, right. So, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I need to keep it popping. You know what I'm saying? Grandma said you got to sweat it out. You know what I'm saying? The only way I'm not hitting the weights, I need to be with my woman because, look, let's go get us in the bath. You know what I'm saying? Help me get wet.
Egg drop soup and some ass.
There you go. So that's pretty much it. That's my idea.
So
you know,
ladies.
Love my kids, man.
Yeah.
I'm not scared to have more kids either. So if you're young, you want some, let's have some more kids. But love my kids, man. My kids will love you back. Man. Oh, you heard that? Say,
No, but that's a beautiful thing, though, and that's that's always something to take into consideration, though. Just putting those things out there when you're looking for somebody on the initial side of the game, because a lot of people compromise in the beginning part of it, and it's like there ain't no coming back from that.
Right.
Because you do too much compromise, and it's like, damn, I done lost who I am.
Right.
I done compromised too much, but just all this stuff, put everything, all your prerequisites out at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
If you cool with this, say that. If you're not cool with this, say that. So I already know what I'm dealing with. But
absolutely.
That's what we did at the beginning of ours, and luckily, everything just meshed. So Well,
I'm gonna leave you with two things. I'm gonna ask you one last question so we can get up out of here. When I saw my son and this young lady that he was dating at the time, we went out to a little spot to go eat. And we sat down at the table, we're sitting there in a little bar, and we're talking. And I told him this, this is for you guys. Check this out. In the process of dating a man or a woman, remember this. I said, you got to remember that there's 100% of that person that's right here by you. Mm-hmm. I said, if you can tolerate 20% of their negative, and you'll love 80% of their everything else, you can get through a good relationship with them.
It's very true.
I said, but remember this though, that percentage is going to go up and down as you date them, because you're going to really get to know them. They're going to come out of their wrap. You know what I'm saying? Their wrapper. You know what I'm saying? You buy a piece of candy, it's wrapped up pretty. You're like, ooh, I want that candy.
Yeah.
But when you take that wrapper off, you don't know what's in the center of that candy until you put it in your mouth. But see, that's the thing. In a relationship, you really don't know what percentage that's going to be. Right now, you think a whole 100% of her is excellent. But as you get to know him and her, that percentage go down. Right. And if it hits, some of us can tolerate, 25% of a person's negativity. And they love the 75%.
Yeah.
But if your percentage of negativity does not exceed 50% from that person, and you feel like you can tolerate that small percentage, then wow. That's a good way and a good person to be in. In a relationship to be in,
It's very true. And it also depends on what that 20% looks like. Like, is that 20% you a lying motherfucker? Like, I can't deal with that. You know what I'm saying? You a thief, bitch?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Like, what are you, like, you don't like B. Smalls, like, she don't like to shower every day.
Yeah, right.
I can't deal with that 20%.
Right.
Because I ain't pussy and I ain't ass. So I ain't trying to run into that. You know what I'm saying? That 20% I can't deal with. But it all depends on, like you said, what you can deal with. And if that 20% is something manageable for you, Fuck it.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna leave you something else. This is the last piece of nugget. You know what I'm saying? That you're about to get from the show. Remember, you get this from here. You know what I'm saying? In your relationship, remember one thing. When you wake up and your partner wakes up, the first thing that's on their mind outside of God is, what can I do to make my partner happy today? You're also in a good relationship.
Yeah,
the target goal on each of you guys' mind is to see how you can make that other one love you even more. And I feel like that's the game that I'm looking to play with somebody. You know, I want to be able to wake up and be like, yo, I'm cook breakfast. But I get up and maybe, boom, she got up earlier than me and got breakfast going. Okay, I got you. I got flowers coming to y'all.
Yeah.
Like, you know, fun games every day, you know, to keep the energy going, keep the spontaneity going, just so you know you're always on my mind. You're not distracting me from my goals, but I see you. You know what I'm saying? And she said, I see you too, or he said, I see you back. It makes things fun.
That makes sense, though, because that kind of reiterates your competitive nature that you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
So, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. But, shit, man, I'm telling you, though, like, the only way I got this far was just kind of listening. You know, taking advantage of what she gave me as far as the love language stuff. You know, taking that in stride. You know, compromise. You know, don't compromise everything, but you know, there's certain things you gotta compromise on. But like you said, just keeping that spontaneity, keeping that competitiveness as far as trying to outdo each other and doing for each other. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, bro. And it ain't that difficult. So many people make marriage seem like so hard, and it's man, it's you know, but. It's as hard as you make it, and it's as good as you make it. So I mean, it's for me, it's been great. I ain't got no complaints about marriage.
Good.
Same.
Yeah.
Same with you. Yeah. All right, last question before we get out of here. I asked at the beginning, did that ring open up the floodgates? How often do you get tagged in your day with that ring on your finger?
Well, me, I do a lot of spoiling too, and I put a lot of shit on social media.
You do.
So I'm always cooking for, and she don't really cook.
Yeah.
So I'm the cook of the house. So you know, I'm taking up plate. I'm making up beautifying the plates with the plating.
Yes, you are.
You know, she comes home, house clean, vacuum, clothes done, folded, and all that kind of stuff. So I put a lot of that stuff out there. You know, but a lot of women take that as like, oh, damn. Like one thing Chris Rock said in one of his comedy specials, he said, you hanging out with a group of dudes next to you with a woman, you know, like, damn, I gotta get somebody like her. Group of women hanging around each other, they see you with a good dude doing all this shit for you, like, I gotta get that nigga.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Right. So, I mean, there have been a few times where I ran into people knowing that I'm in a relationship, knowing that I'm married and got kids, they'd be like, hey, man, what you think about a sister wife? You know, what do you think about? Yeah, so I had somebody hit me with that before.
Oh, wow.
But, yeah.
That's interesting.
That is interesting, but yeah, no, but it's interesting because it's like, you know, people can be bold. Yeah. So, you know, hey, shoot your shot, but you ain't gonna go nowhere. I ain't gonna bust no grape and no fruit. Like, man, I'm good where I'm at, man.
All right, so what about you, son? Talk to us.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm very low key. I don't put myself in situations to where anything like that kind of happens.
Right on.
Especially right now with, you know, having a new son and just being in a new marriage. I'm pretty much all about family at this moment.
Protective.
And then, yeah, I'm very protective. And then, of course, when it comes to my career, that's kind of the main things that I focus in. The filming aspects and really just developing my crafts and really wanting my family to elevate and be in a higher place. So I don't stick around in a location long enough for anything to happen. It's pretty much work and to come home and just enjoy my family. So
it's beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
So okay, hey, so y'all hear it here. You know, for those of you guys that are newly married, those of you guys that hit that mark, you know, those of you guys that's not as new, you know what I'm saying, as these guys, remember, keep the spice going.
Keep it
you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Keep yourself responsible. You know what I'm saying? Don't linger around so you don't have to worry about them temptations.
Ladies too, though.
Yeah, oh yeah, ladies too. Most
man.
definitely, ladies. Most definitely.
Yeah.
You know, because I know my women, they like the attention, you know. And I know women like the, hey, how you doing, beautiful? But remember, if you got a good guy at home, or if you want it to last, the marriage to last, because, you know, in this day and time, marriages is a cliche. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people ain't getting married. They're just living together. You know what I'm saying? They
living together. And once y'all break up,
you know what I'm saying?
Glorilla, bitch, fuck nigga free.
Right.
All of that. So
you got to be careful with what you're doing, what you put out there. So I guess what I'm saying is reserve your energy. Because even for a single guy like myself, I try to reserve my energy for the right person. Because I'm not gonna lie, I have already put out a lot of energy.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So now it's
Good
time
energy, though. Good energy.
Yeah, good. I tried. You know, I tried. But,
Yeah.
it's time to reserve the energy for the right one.
Yeah.
Because that's very important. So, hey, man, that's it. Y'all heard it here. Now, send some more questions in. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure we'll have Lawrence on the show once again. And when he come through, maybe we can go in and revisit some of these questions.
Yeah.
Revisit if you guys got something. If y'all got some challenging questions for us and you want to, you know what I'm saying, press the envelope a little bit further.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can tackle that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we can do it.
Yeah,
do
but
it,
I mean, hey, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. You know, I'm your boy, Original John 20.
This is Jerry P.
Hey, and we send a special thanks to my son here, Lawrence
Yeah,
Carrington.
yeah.
You want to go ahead and give them social media again? They want to reach out to you and check out your projects.
Absolutely, yeah. On Instagram, you can follow me at Jakorie, that's JAKHORIE, or you can also follow our series at Livehouse series on Instagram as well. We just dropped our first mini episode, so check it out, show us some love, and appreciate you.
Hey,
Yeah.
you guys, we'll catch you guys later, all right? Love you. Later.